Hi, on this episode, I'm going to show you how to remove and put on new belts. This is a 94 Sidekick, and all the 1.6 liters should be running the same belt setup for all the years for this style. There's two belts on here, and I'll show you how to remove both of them. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. And check me out on Instagram. Let's get started. Alright, so right now I've removed the rod. I'm putting a new rod into the Sidekick, but you don't need to remove your rod to change your belts. I have one belt that the lugs are starting to come off and it's starting to get in bad shape, and I want to change it. And I figure I got the rod out. This is the easiest time. It's easier to get into everything. And it's also easier for me to record it and get a little bit better camera angles and show what's going on. I've already pre-loosened everything off, so I'm just going to show you where the bolts are that you got to remove. And then when we put it back together, I'll show you how to get tension on them and all that kind of stuff and tightening it up. So I'm going to point out the bolts. This will be a fairly short video. And if you need to change your rod, there's a video on that now too. I'll put what episode it is in the comments. I haven't finished recording it or editing it, so I don't know what episode number it will be. But that will probably be put out either just before or just after this video. So probably one episode before or after, whatever ends up working out to be. Alright. So here's looking in. So you got your alternator over here. Your water pump, the clutch fan would normally be on here, and then you got your crank that holds both pulleys. That's where the pulleys get their power from, or the belts get their power from the crank rotating around. And then you got your power steering pump there. And if you want to take your belt off that has the alternator on it, you got to take your other belt off as well. And it's this belt that I want to replace because it's starting to get wore out. And I need to take that belt off anyway, so I'm just going to change them both at the same time. So on the alternator, we got 3 bolts we got to loosen on this to get the belt loose. So you can see now the alternator's loose. So this bolt up here is the bolt that you'll tighten for your adjustment to get tension on. As you can see, it's a slotted bolt hole. So further in, you can see the belt's loose and wants to fall off. And then further out, we'll make this belt tighter, and we'll go over that when we put it on. But the bolts on the back side, and all the bolts are a 12 millimeter socket or wrench. So when I loosened it off, I used a wrench that had a flexible end on it, got on the back, and then I was able to loosen it off. That was the easiest way to get down to that. And then I ended up using the same wrench on the other bolts. So we'll go underneath and I'll show you where the 2 other bolts are. They're kind of in crummy spots. Alright, so here's the alternator. There's a bolt right there you got to loosen off. And then on the back side, it's really hard to see, but there's another bolt back here that you got to loosen off as well. And that bolt fell out at some point on me, and that caused the belt to wear. I didn't know the belt started squealing, so I limped my way home and I checked it out, and the alternator was loose because that bolt came out. And I didn't have the right bolt at the time. And it was too long, so I couldn't get the alternator tight. So I put some washers in, so I was able to get things tight. So these 2 bolts are basically right across from each other. And they're your pivot point. And then the top bolt is your slotted hole for getting the tension on it. So as you can see, that's just where the alternator wants to pivot. So it's those 3 bolts you got to loosen to get the alternator off, or to get the alternator belt loose so you can remove it. Alright, on the power steering, there's only 2 bolts we got to loosen off. So your pivot bolt is up here, and oil filter's right there. And then you can see there's a bolt head right there where my finger is. A little more light on it. So you can see that bolt head just coming towards us in front of the, or on the side of the oil filter. Hold this light a little better. So it's this bolt right here. It runs through, and then the nut side is a welded nut here. So you use your 12 mil, you loosen that, and that's just our pivot point. So if I push on this, you can see it just wants to pivot there. And then the other bolt is right down here. So the pulley on this has holes in it, so you're able to just get your socket in there on your wrench or on your ratchet there, and you just loosen that off. So as you can see, it's a lot easier with the rod out to show this and to do it. This is looking from in front. You can see the bolt right in there. You can reach it from the top side or from the bottom. It's I think easier from the top once you know it's there. And yeah, you just put your socket through that hole. So you just make sure you line it up. You might have to turn that pulley a bit or try cranking it over and shutting it back off so you can line that up. But it's just those two bolts you gotta loosen. You got this bolt here, which is your adjuster one, and then you got the bolt up on the top side on the back towards the oil filter that you loosen off, and that's it. So now we can pull the belts off because everything's loose. So pull it off, and when I put my belts on, I always like to have it so you can read the writing. So you can see there too, I can read the writing. It's easier. And I'm going to put one belt there, and I'm going to put the other belt on this side here so I don't forget which one is which, because they are different numbers. One belt is a 40, 40, 315, or a 4PK0800. And the other belt, the one on the pump, is 40, 40, 320, or a 4PK0815. We got our new fan belts. Here they are. We got a 40, 40, 320 and a 40, 40, 315. The 315, it's the one that goes to the alternator, and the 340 is the one that goes to the power steering pump. I just picked them up from my local supplier. So the two belts came to just a little bit over $67. So we're going to start with the belt that goes to the alternator first, because this is the further in one. So I always do it so I can read the writing. Alright, so we're going to go around the crank with the writing sticking out so we know we can read it after. And then we're going to go around the water pump pulley. And then we're going to go around the alternator. And now that belt is routed correctly. I'm not going to be able to tighten this belt up properly until I get the fan back on. So I won't be able to do that till I get the rod on, but we'll do the power steering belt right now. We can get that one tightened up all the way, because it'll be a little bit easier with it without the rod in place to be able to see and work. And this one won't be too bad once the rod and everything's in place. So we'll put the other belt on. Make sure we can read the writing. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go around the crank, and then we're going to go around the power steering pump. Alright. And then I always put the old belts into the old packaging, just so I know for sure what it was. But these ones I can actually read the numbers on them pretty good still. So I don't really need to, but I'm going to. And then I keep them for in the back of the vehicle for a mediocre spare if I'm ever on the side of the road somewhere and need a belt. So now we got our ratchet through the front of that pump, the power steering pump wheel, through that hole onto that 12mm bolt. And then we're going to tighten that up once we get the tension the way we want it. And we're going to get our leverage on it by prying down here below on right here. We're going to come up and we're going to put a pry bar in here and we're going to pry it over to get some tension on. It's going to be pretty hard to show underneath here with it on the ground. So I'm going to try just putting my camera off to the side and hopefully we can kind of see. So I pry it over and then I just kind of push up until I like the tension. You don't want it too tight because it's hard on everything, like all your bearings and all that kind of stuff, but you don't want it too loose because then it's going to squeal and it's going to wear out more prematurely. So my rate around there seems pretty good, so I'll get my ratchet back in. This is always easier if you have two people, but you can definitely do it all by yourself. And once you get it snug, it should hold and then you can recheck. I think that's pretty decent, so I'll snug it up a little more, then I'll finish tightening everything up. Alright, so there's that bolt tightened up. You can see the tension's not too bad. And then we got this bolt right back here, we got to re-tighten the pivot bolt. So we'll tighten that up with our number 12 wrench, and then this belt will be good to go. So we're just getting right in here, getting this nice and tight now. You don't need the reef on it, but you want it snug so it won't come loose. If it does come loose, you know what you gotta do. Alright, that belt's good. I'm gonna get the rad back in and finish that video, and then we'll come back and we'll tighten up the alternator belt once we get that fan in place and tightened up. We got our rad back in, so now we're going to tighten the belt for the alternator. I still have the upper rad hose off just so it's a little easier to see what's going on and give us a little more room. And then once we get the alternator belt tightened up, we'll fire it up just for like 30 seconds or so, just make sure the belts are tracking good once everything's tightened down. And then we'll shut her back down just because we don't have any cooling fluid in the motor or anything. So I got my ratchet in with an extension and a universal joint going in the back right down there. You can see the handle here. So I'm going to use that to get onto there. I got my pry bar in, so when I push it out, you can see the alternator moves, which puts tension on the belt. And then when I tighten this bolt up, because it's on the slotted adjuster one, that'll lock it in place, and then I'll go down underneath and tighten up the two other bolts down below, and then the belt will be done. Now I'm giving it some tension. I'm feeling the belt. I like how much tension is on it. And now I'm going to lock it in. And I should be able to take the pry bar out. And I should be able to hit the belt again with my finger. And it should feel nice and tight. And I'll just triple check this. So tension wise, I'm just pushing on it like that, and it feels good. You can double check the other one. It feels good. It has a little more movement because it's a longer distance from pulley to pulley. So now I'm going to go underneath and tighten those two other bolts. Alright, those two bolts are tightened up now too. I'm going to wash my hands and then we'll fire it up and check alignment. Alright, alignment looked good. So we're going to end this video here. All the belts are still nice and tight. They seem good. Probably we'll recheck them in a week or two of driving. Just make sure everything's good. It's not like the newer style vehicles where they just have a spring tensioner, so once you set it, you know it's always going to be good unless the spring fails. This year, there's always the small chance that the bolt might come loose and it might pull in a little bit. And with it being brand new belts, there could be a little bit of stretch once they get a little bit of wear and tear on them. So it's not a bad idea to check them, but usually if your belts start to get loose, you'll start getting squealing, and that's your first sign that you need to adjust your belts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification button, and check me out on Instagram at Clargo Garage. Have a great day.